Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Ben, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to create a six-figure recruiting agency step by step. So the other day I put a post on Facebook about how to build a six-figure recruiting agency and also how to build a seven-figure recruiting agency. It got a lot of engagement, a lot of comments, and a lot of questions, and a ton of people DM'd me. So I figured I'd do a video about just that, how to build a six-figure recruiting agency, with the seven-figure video coming soon. Now, in all reality, you really have to understand that six figures, $100,000, is not that large of a sum of money, okay? Six figures is barely a down payment on a house. In essence, if you look at six figures and look at your spending or look at your lifestyle, you'll likely understand that it's not going to go too far and you really should be aiming for higher, but we have to start somewhere, and that's why we start with six figures. The reason I say that about six figures not being that huge of an amount of money is because I want you to understand that it's relatively simple to get to that point of making six figures in your recruiting agency. Now, I want to be really specific as well. This is six figures on an annual basis, right? Let's not get ahead of ourselves and talk about six figures on a monthly basis. That would be a seven-figure agency, but we're talking about six figures on an annual basis. Okay, so what are the exact steps that you need to take to build a six-figure recruiting agency? So, reverse engineering is the best way to do this. It's pretty much how to do anything when you do planning, right? So it takes $8,333 per month to be at the six-figure level. Now, with that being said, we have an actual revenue goal per month that we want to aim to hit. So that's $8,333. How do we go about hitting that goal? So in recruiting, there's about a million ways that you could actually accomplish this, but let me just go through a couple. You could sign one client that has two roles for you that is worth approximately $10,000 per month. Right then and there, you're going to be actually above $100,000. A second option is that you could sign two different clients that each have one role available for you that equates to also $5,000 per placement, and that equates to about $10,000, right? Where you're going to definitely hit your goal at that point. As you can see, there's literally a million ways that you can slice this to actually make your $8,333 per month to actually hit six figures, $100,000 on an annual basis, right? Now, with that being said, I'm also talking specifically about lower tier general labor roles. I put roles into three tiers: tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Tier 1 would be basically your warehouse worker. Tier 3 would essentially be your white collar person that wears a tie every day to the office. That being said, I'm talking about fees that are anywhere from 10, 15 to maybe 17, 18%. I'm not talking about 25% or above or anything like that. I'm talking about placing people that you're going to be able to get a contract like that quickly, right? Because when you're starting this up, you don't want to wait around. You don't want hard to do searches. The very specific reason I say this is because you want these placements quickly, right? Quick placements equal three different things. One, you start to cash flow, cash in your bank. Everything in the business is about cash flow, so we have to start doing that. Number two, the second reason I say this is because you need to learn the process. So as you go through the entire process, you're actually figuring out how to do every single thing along the way, finding your client, finding your candidate, and so on and so forth. The third reason that I say this, to go after low placements quickly to get placements, is because it's a crazy motivational booster for you and your morale and the business overall. It's something I call proof of concept, right? So when you understand that you actually accomplished what you set out to do and you did it by yourself, you are really, really motivated to go out and do it again. So if I were to give you an ultimate recipe for how to exactly do this, I would go out and try to sign about 1 to 2 clients per month, which is not a big ask, especially when you're going after tier 1, tier 1.5 type roles, general labor. Once you acquire those clients, meaning having signed contracts with those clients, let's say they're warehouse, logistics, transportation, administrative, whatever it is in that lower tier, you're going to probably get somewhere around between these 1 and 2 clients, 2 to 3 roles to place on a monthly basis. With those 2 to 3 roles that you get to fill, you're going to charge on average anywhere from 10 to 15%. You might even be somewhere right in the middle. Doesn't matter, up to you. But at that point, you are in the money, because if you're placing 2 to 3 people on a monthly basis, that puts you right at about $10,000 per month, which is actually overshooting our $8,333 goal by about $2,000. With that being said, you're definitely hitting 6 figures on an annual basis. It's not that hard. It's not as crazy as it sounds. So if you made up this wild idea in your head that $100,000 is just something that's unattainable, that's simply not true whatsoever. Students that are in my program regularly hit this goal within a month. Within 4 weeks, they have a pipeline, or they've literally closed and cashed out on about $8,300, meaning they're directly on track for 6 figures on an annual basis. To give you some more perspective, finding 1 to 2 clients on a monthly basis would probably take you about 5 hours per week of actual focus on the business. Now that's 20 hours per month to basically be a 6-figure earner. That's pretty cool. Just consider that the average American is making $45,000 annual salary before taxes. You're basically tripling that amount in approximately 20 hours per month. What I'd like you to take away from this video is that 6 figures is incredibly attainable in the recruiting business. In fact, it's on the lower end of the spectrum of earnings. In fact, most people are doing multi-6-figure just because the 6-figure hump is pretty simple to catch. $8,300 on a monthly basis is relatively easy if you're focused. You absolutely need to be in the game, but if you are, it's right there. That, my friends, is how you create a 6-figure recruiting agency. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. Hit the alert button so you know every single time I make a new video. And until then.